Everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Google Pixel 7 and compare it against the Google Pixel 9 and see which particular phone is the better one for you. Now, both these phones came out, well, the Pixel 9 is the newer one of the Pixel 7. It's kind of interesting because these phones look a little different. Some people may prefer the design of the Pixel 7, but let's go and see how both these phones compare. If you want to pick up either one of these phones, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, if you go and look at the front side, you can see that the Google Pixel 7 has a 6.3-inch OLED display, and it overall is a very good looking panel, right? I felt like this panel was very good, actually it's AMOLED. And when this panel first came out, I thought it looked great. I still think it looks like a fairly good panel. It is a 90 hertz panel though, which can be kind of, mid in some areas, and it's also 1400 nits of brightness. So compared to some other panels, it may not be the best looking panel of all time, but it's still good enough. This wasn't like a $10,000 phone when it first came out, and nowadays this phone is substantially cheaper, and it did come out in 2022, so it is a little tiny bit of an older phone compared to the Pixel 9, but I think it still has charm, and I still think it's a very good looking phone when it comes down to it. On the Google Pixel 9, this is a little bit of a better phone, I would probably say, in most areas. So the front of the Pixel 9, you're getting a 6.3-inch OLED display. It's 120 hertz, 1080p, and I do think overall this is a very good looking phone. I think this is one of those devices that I look at and I definitely recommend people to go ahead and buy. It has rounded corners on the sides, on the top and the bottom and everything, which I like. Whole punch display on the front. It's 120 hertz and it gets brighter than the Google Pixel 7. Those are very big things to keep in mind here, because with a phone like the Google Pixel 9, you're going to be getting a phone that's going to be giving you an overall better experience in basically every single way than the Google Pixel 7. So that right there is going to be a very big thing to keep in mind there as well. In terms of the sides, you can see the Pixel 9 is going to be giving you a flat side pretty much all throughout, where the Google Pixel 7 is giving you a little bit of a curved side. So that is somewhat of an advantage, I would say, on side of the Google Pixel 9. But some people may actually also prefer the side of the Google Pixel, 7 as well. It really just depends on which way you're trying to go. But I think both sides actually hold up fairly well from that side as well. Both are giving you USB Type-C ports, speaker grills. On the backside, kind of the same type of setup, but you're getting a dual camera setup here. You're getting glass backs on both. The big difference here is that the camera bump on the Pixel 9 I think looks nicer overall than the Pixel 7. The 7's design is also very unique and it still looks very good. Like, both these phones look very good. Neither one of these phones look bad or ugly or anything like that. And I do like the design of both these phones for sure. I would probably just say that when it comes down to it though, if you're going to pick up a phone, I definitely would say a phone like the Google Pixel 9 is a more modern feeling phone. It has complete flat sides and the back looks very unique. But there are still some advantages of something like the Pixel 7 for the most part as well from the design standpoint. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there as well. Now in terms of the software, or actually yeah, in terms of the software longevity, the Pixel 7 is pretty much still going to be getting some software updates, but it's not going to be lasting anywhere near as long as the Pixel 9. The Pixel 7 is probably going to last, I'm not too sure how long it's going to last, but it's probably going to last like another 2 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter, but I would say probably another 2 years, which is very good. I love seeing that. It's a good amount of software updates. But the Pixel 9 is probably going to be the one that's going to be giving you an overall better experience from software. We're talking like 7 years of software updates here, which is pretty crazy. So that right there is another very, very big thing to kind of keep in mind there as well. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. Now let's go into a speed comparison between both these phones. The Google Pixel 9 is going to be giving you that Tensor G4 chipset inside of it with 12 gigabytes of RAM, where the Pixel 7 is going to be giving you that Tensor G2 chipset inside of it with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are clear in the background. Pixel 9 is here, Pixel 7 is here. Let's get into it. Phone call is 3, 2, 1. Okay, about the same thing. App Store is 3, 2, 1. Okay, about the same thing too, not really that big of a difference here. Scrolling through, let's see if there's a difference. I don't really think there's going to be that big of a difference here. We have these two, Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And you can see here, the Pixel, actually I don't know. Okay, so the Pixel 9, slightly faster here than the Pixel 7. I would imagine that the Pixel 7 is probably going to be a little bit slower here and there. But the Pixel 9 definitely was faster there for the most part. I'm like kind of like passing out right now. You can see between both, I think the Pixel 9 is probably going to be the overall faster one, but there's still going to be a lot of overlap here for the most part. Hopping out of both these, Temple Run 1, 3, 2, 1. And I don't know why we had a please wait panel here. That was very, very weird. Hopping out of these two, let's go and get into thank you 3. Let's get into stack 3, 2, 1. And you can see the Pixel 9, I think, was probably the faster one here and there, where the Pixel 7 was a little bit slower, but still okay. Getting into the speeds of everything looks pretty good. Hopping out of both of these, let's go and get into Facebook 3, 2, 1. And both look pretty good there. Netflix 3, 2, 1. And you can see right here, I mean, definitely the Pixel 9 is definitely faster overall than the Pixel 7. Getting into Snapchat. Okay, I opened up the wrong application here, so let me just hop out of both of these. I guess we'll just skip those two applications, so let's just get into Subway Surfers 3, 2, 1. Now those apps actually are some of my favorite apps to test out. Now I don't know what happened on the Pixel 7. I clicked on Subway Surfers, at least I thought, but it didn't hop into it, so I guess maybe I clicked on the Genshin Impact instead. So let's just go into Subway Surfers. Let's go and get into a game here. I would probably say even from that, we would have gotten to that pop-up, so it would have been a little bit more annoying. But even then, I would probably say from everything that I've tested so far, that the Pixel 9 is giving me an overall smoother experience, and the fact that it is giving you a 90Hz panel versus a 120Hz panel here, that means there's going to be some differences here and there between both. I'd probably say from a majority of applications that I would have tested, both are going to be giving you fairly good experiences, but for sure with something like the Pixel 7, with it having a 90Hz panel versus 120Hz, and with the more RAM and the better chipset here, the Pixel 9 is probably going to be giving you an overall better experience, I would say, than the Google Pixel 7. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there for the most part as well. Now from the camera side, this is another interesting thing because both these cameras, I would say in some ways, are still fairly good. You know, they're both giving you dual camera setups. The big thing though for the most part here is that on the front side, I mean you're getting 4K 60 on the front and the back of both, which is nice. But you know, the Pixel 9 is going to be the one that's going to be rated as a better camera overall, so that's kind of one thing to keep in mind here. Now, with the Google Pixel 7, I would probably say this type of phone is very good. You know, I like this camera when it first came out, and I still think it's a fairly good and reliable camera for the most part. You're getting 0.7x zoom on the outside, and you're getting 8x zoom on the inside, which is very good. And like I said, I like having a phone like this that's giving you this type of layout because it's a very, very good type of camera. Portrait mode here, long exposure, action pan, night side panorama mode, photosphere. It's a very good phone, a very reliable phone as well. And this is one of the more solid types of phones that I would have. The Pixel 9, I think this is a very good camera as well, right? It's a very, very good type of camera. With this type of phone, what I would say is that this is a very good layout of a type of lens. 0.5x zoom here. In the inside, you're getting 8x zoom, which is overall, I think, better and just more, with the 0.5x zoom than the Google Pixel 7. You're getting portrait mode. You're getting this new Add Me option, which is actually really nice. You're getting long exposure, action pan, night side, and panorama mode. So there's still lots of features and overlapping things that are between the Google Pixel 9 and the Google Pixel 7, which are really cool. But I would probably say if you're going to overall pick up a phone, there's still a lot of advantages of buying something like a Pixel 7. I think that camera is good. But the Pixel 9 is probably the overall better one. So what I'd probably tell you is I like both these phones. I think they're very solid and they have a bunch of stuff going for them. If I had to pick one though, it clearly would be the Pixel 9. I do think it's an overall better phone and it's definitely probably worth the money upgrading from the Pixel 7. But I still think the Pixel 7 is still a pretty good phone for the most part too. Like if you can get it for a cheap price, I'd probably recommend buying it. But that's kind of how I see both these phones kind of comparing, at least right now. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, till then.